Tony here again, another episode of Tony's Kitchen. Today we're going to do something really simple. We're going to have a simple lasagna with spinach. And we're going to start off with, I have some water on the boil here, salted water on the boil here. You have to have salted water because you're going to have to season your pasta. It'll be the only chance that you have to season your pasta by putting a little salt in the water. And so I got my lasagna noodles here, and let me show you what's going to go in this lasagna. I have some onion, garlic, and bell pepper. That's one of each. That's 3 cloves of garlic. I have some tomato paste, some crushed tomatoes, and for my sauce, for my cheese, it's going to be, instead of ricotta cheese, it's going to be cottage cheese. And yes, you can use cottage cheese, but it come out just the same. Ricotta is a little bit more expensive. The cottage cheese is a little cheaper. And I have a cheese blend here which has shredded mozzarella, shredded provolone, Romano, and Parmesan. That's going to be our cheese. And I got a beaten up egg with a little milk. That's going to go in. As you see, I'm going to pour it in here into the cheese mix here. I'm going to mix that up together. So our water is boiling. Right now we have in our cheese, our not ricotta, but cottage cheese filling for the lasagna. And inside the filling here, I also have some oregano, some Italian seasoning. I have some garlic powder, a little salt, and a little pepper, and just a bit of dry parsley. And that's going to be some of our filling. And we'll be right back, and I'll show you what's next in just a little bit. We're going to continue on making our lasagna sauce by sauteing our vegetables. I have here bell pepper, 1 bell pepper, 1 medium to large white onion, and 3 cloves of garlic. I like garlic. So we're going to saute these here. I have a little oil in the skillet there. Give a little stir. We're basically going to sweat these here. And you put this on medium-high heat. While the bell peppers and the onions and garlic is cooking, my water is boiling for the lasagna. All right, got boiling salted water with about a tablespoon of oil, and I'm just going to drop in our noodles. Don't worry, they will cook down, so you don't have to worry about them sticking out of the pot. So we're all good there. Okay, while that's cooking, we'll go back to our sauteed vegetables here. Those are looking good. They're starting to sweat a little bit. Now at this time, I'm going to add, instead of ground beef, we're going to use a lean turkey. This turkey is about 85% lean, very little fat. Turkey is more healthier for you anyway, so we're going to stick to the lean side here. We're going to focus on ground turkey. Like I said before, 85% lean to 15% fat. We're just going to chuck it up. We're not going to worry about draining the fat off the turkey. It's not going to have a lot of fat, as you see in a little while. We'll let that cook, break up the turkey a little bit, let it cook a little bit. It'll cook along with the onions. Okay, when we come back, we'll show you what else goes in this sauce. The lasagna noodles are now al dente. You don't want to cook them all the way because they're going to continue to cook baking in the oven. So they're al dente right now. They're perfect. Eye off. We're going to take this pot and we're going to run it over here to the colander and drain them. You want to shock them. Cold water, cold water, cold water. Why cold water? You want to stop them from cooking. If you don't use cold water, they'll continue to cook. We're back with our ground turkey. As you can see, not much fat in that pan. So whatever little fat in their pan, we'll keep it in there. No sense of draining it all off. Fat is flavor, by the way. All right. First thing we're going to do, we're going to add about a teaspoon, of Italian seasoning. Tablespoon of of oregano flakes. Half teaspoon of black pepper. Teaspoon of salt. We'll just stir that in. Now we're going to add our tomato products. What we have here is 1 can of tomato paste. Stir that in there with that. At the same time, I have 1 14.5 ounce can of stewed tomatoes. We'll stir that in. We'll crank up the heat a little bit. Then you just want to cook this till all the ingredients are incorporated. And you see your cans, your empty cans here, you want to use that because we're going to fill those up with water. We don't want to waste all this stuff that's in these cans, so we'll go to the sink here. We'll stop the tomato paste can. Just fill it with water. Get all that tomato product out of there. You don't want to waste this. You paid money for this. I'm sure you saw your mom do this hundreds of times when she's making spaghetti or other stuff like that there. Rinse that can out. All that tomato product out of there. Turn up the heat a little bit here. Now, one thing about tomatoes, they can be a little bitter, so to offset the bitterness, we're going to add a little sugar. This is one of my grandma's special recipes here. She used to take a little sugar, and that'll offset any bitterness. It doesn't sweeten the product, it just takes away the bitterness of the tomato. We'll get this off here. Rinse this can. Okay. We're going to let this cook down for another 15 or 20 minutes. When we come back, we're going to assemble the lasagna. All right, it's time to now assemble our lasagna. You're going to take a little bit of this sauce here. You're going to put it on the bottom pan. Not much. You just want to coat the pan a little bit here. Something for the first layer of lasagna noodles to latch on to. Not much. Okay, now we're going to lay our noodles. How we can get 3 in a row. 3, 1, 2, 3. After that comes our cheese mixture. Spoon it on, spread it on. Be liberal, don't be stingy, spread it on. Spread it on. Get it all over the place. Get that noodle. Get that noodle there. All right. Next, we're gonna put some raw spinach. Just come on, humble it up. Humble it up. Don't worry about it. Just stick it up. It's gonna cook down. It's gonna cook down. Next, sauce. Spread it all over there. Spread it over. We've got plenty sauce, folks. Spread it over. It's gonna be a nice little layer here. Cheese, that mixture of cheese we have. We have mozzarella, provolone, Parmesan, and Romano. Start with another layer. Here comes the next layer. We're gonna probably get 3 layers out of this, folks. 3 layers. It's gonna cook down. The spinach will cook inside. The spinach will collapse. It'll be just fine. All right. Again. When we come back, I'll show you the finished product before you put it in the oven. All right, folks, this is the end result here. This is ready to go in the oven. I got 3 layers of lasagna here. The top layer ended with the cottage cheese filling. Ended with, on top of that, more of the cheese blend and Parmesan cheese at the end. We're gonna take a little foil, go right on top of it. We're not gonna smash it on the cheese. We're gonna leave it kind of tinted a little bit. I don't want it to really touch too much. And in the last 15 minutes of cooking, we're gonna take the foil off so it'll brown the cheese. This is gonna cook for about 45 minutes. Into a 350-degree oven we go. See you in 45 minutes. Okay, we've taken the foil off the lasagna here. It's nice and melty. Now we're going to sit it back in the oven so it can brown. That should take like about 5-10 minutes. All right, our lasagna is ready. We let it brown on top. This is our end result. And what I also have here, I have a little garlic bread here. Let's set this right up here. So we got garlic bread along with our lasagna. We can turn this off. And there you have it. Now that has to set. You can't cut into this right away. It has to set. If you cut into it right away, it'll just smoosh all over. Let it sit for about 20 minutes to a half an hour. Then you can cut into it. Okay? And once you cut into it, you see all the little layers, all the cheese, or the spinach, or the sauce. So that's our end result. It's a real simple dish. That pan will probably feed about, I don't know, 6 people easily, with appetites. Well, here's our lasagna. It's been set for about 45 minutes there. You got the spinach. You have all the cheese. And it's time to eat. I have some garlic bread here. I'll set that right there. Actually, I want 2 pieces of garlic bread. All right, folks. Here's our lasagna dinner. We'll see you next time. I'm about to eat.